So, with WWDC 2024 happening around the corner, today let me tell you my wish list of features, whether these be AI or normal improvements or new features, of what I would like to see. I'm going to share them all with you today. So that's right guys, I'm going to share with you my full sort of wish list of features and bits and pieces I'd like to see at WWDC 2024. Whether these will come true or not, who knows? But like I said, it's just my wish list, what I would love to see, but some of these things probably might not even come to be. Well, we'll just have to wait and see at tomorrow's event on Monday. But first of all, let me show you the first thing I want to talk about, and that is AI. I really want to see AI features on Apple devices. Now, obviously, good news is we got lots of leaks and rumors coming along that this is going to be the main focus from Apple this year round. It's all got to do with AI, and the great thing is it's going to be spread across iOS 18, iPadOS 18, and also macOS 15 too. So I am really excited for this. If there was one sort of key sort of AI feature I would pick out in my wish list that I really want, I would say it's got to do with photography and videos. I want the ability, similar to like what Samsung and Google give us right now, the ability to remove unwanted sort of subjects in pictures or move people around too, and also the ability to enhance your photos too if you sort of zoomed in and you want to clear up the picture. At the end of the day, the neural engine inside of all these sort of Apple devices that have come out in multiple years now, in the last sort of 5-6 years, they are more than capable of doing this, and I really want Apple to showcase this as an ability in iOS and iPadOS 18 as well, and also in the Photos app of macOS as well in version 15 too. I really want to see this time round. The only other thing I'd love to see, and this has been semi-confirmed, and that is to have OpenAI built in. So this is the ability to do kind of a chat GPT with Siri, actually give Siri a brain for once, for actually to make it useful. I would really love to see this time at WWDC 2024, but it looks like this feature probably will be delayed out to later on in the year as kind of a feature update, or even pushed out to next year too. Who knows? But that would be my wish. I'd love to see it this time round. The only other sort of iOS update I'd love to see, and again this has been semi-confirmed, you can see it right here, and that is the ability to sort of move your apps around and also to customize sort of the control center screen too. And it looks like this is coming, and I'm really hoping that this ability finally comes to iOS 18. The next improvement is to do with iPadOS, and I think I speak on many Pro people here who own an iPad Pro or even the latest iPad Airs. We want a Pro operating system on these iPads, and I'm not talking about macOS. Personally, I think if you put macOS on these iPads, especially if you say have a 128GB model of say an M2 and M1 model, then what's going to happen is you're going to eat up a lot of your storages. So I do not think this is a good idea, and also that basically the iPad Air and the iPad Pros only have a 10-hour battery life. This is going to eat this up even faster with macOS. So iPadOS is a far lighter OS. It would chew into your battery stupidly fast, so I do not think that's a good idea. I'm talking about a hybrid iPadOS, so I would call this iPadOS Pro, for example, and this would be exclusive to all the iPads that have an M series inside of them. And with this iPadOS Pro, what I would say it would do is it would be a hybrid between sort of macOS and the normal iPadOS that we have right now. Lots of features from both of them will be pulled together, Windows modes and things like this. Just a kind of a brand new exclusive Pro operating system to come along, and I would really would love to see this come along and announced at WWDC 2024. Whether this will happen or not, who knows, but I think it's definitely needed. And I would also say that all the kind of other iPads out there will have an A series chip. That should just still continue to run along with the normal sort of iPadOS 18 that we're expecting to see. A few other nitpicks that I would say with iPadOS from my point of view is that I'd like the ability, for example, that if you're in say an app where you're exporting a video like Final Cut Pro, that I can actually switch to another app without the export actually cancelling out. So I'm talking of sort of background tasks. This is what happens right now. If you actually come out of Final Cut Pro when exporting, it will actually cancel the export, which is no good. They need to change this, Apple do. And my only other change is that the new OLED M4 iPad Pros should have an always-on display. At the end of the day, the iPhones have an OLED display, the Pro ones, they have that, and also so do the Apple Watches, the normal ones and also the Ultra ones. They also have an OLED display with always-on display, so why can't the iPad Pro with an OLED display have this too? So really hoping that comes along. But continuing on with macOS, I'd love to see all those AI features that we've heard about that are coming to iOS 18, and I'm quite sure that they will come along. And the other thing I'd like to see is that Intel sort of MacBooks would last just a little bit longer, another year or two, because I know Apple are trying to get rid of them, as it were, in support-wise. They said they were going to support them for a long time when they announced the sort of new M-series chips, but you know, they have been out now for about 4 years now, the M-series chips, and I think Apple are looking to get rid of them, but I just hope they just don't get rid of them just yet. Give it at least till next year, I'm really hoping. So I do hope that this year is not going to be the last year of, say, Intel Macs to actually have any kind of macOS 15 updates. I really hope it goes to macOS 16 at the very least. That would just be my only wish there. Really, there's not too many things I would actually change about the Apple Watch sort of operating system. It had a major overhaul last year, which was really great. I think the only thing I'd like to see is, say, on an iPhone, for example, that we could actually have an app that allows us to actually create Apple faces or watch faces on this. Not just the ability to add health in a sort of corner or to, you know, add your steps in another corner. Actually design a face yourself, a kind of maker for that, especially with AI abilities. I would love to see that this year if Apple could do that. That would be absolutely awesome. Something else though, what is definitely going to be happening, and that is the giveaway that we're having on this channel for this. This is a MacBook Pro M3 and it's going to be happening at the end of June time. I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is just put down in the comments below of what Apple gear you're planning to get or technology gear you're planning to get in 2024. And like I said, I'm going to give it away to one lucky subscriber. So if you're not a subscriber yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also hit that notification bell because I'll be announcing the winner near the end of June time. But just before that, I'll be doing a little announcement, a few more details about it too, with a little form to fill in as well. So you won't want to miss out on that. But for some more details on this MacBook Pro, it is the M3 model. It's a 14-inch one. It has got 16 gigabytes of RAM, upgraded from 8 gigabytes of RAM inside of it. And then also it has 512 gigabytes of storage too. And like I said, guys, I'm going to be giving it away at the end of June time. Now, I just want to quickly say, guys, sadly, there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, sending you to WhatsApp or Telegram and all these bad things too. Even part with your money for postage as well. This is not me at all. I'll be paying for postage and taxes and things like this. So please do ignore them, or better still, you can see right here, please do report them. So everything I talked about before the giveaway, I would say was all to do with software abilities that I'd love to see at WWDC 2024. But I would also love to see some hardware being announced at the very least, if it's not going to be even released, you know, a week or two later. In fact, we've had this report right here from Mark Gurman, and he says it looks like that no new Apple sort of MacBooks or anything like this is going to be announced at WWDC 2024, what is a bit disappointing to say the very least. But for me, what I would love to see is I would love to see a new Apple TV or the announcement of an Apple TV with the A17 Pro inside of it, and this is Apple sort of stepping into sort of gaming territory even more on your TV. I know you can do this with the current Apple TV, but to push that bar even further, I'd love to see that and get developers on board even more. This is something I would love to see Apple do and announce and say that the new Apple TV is coming later this fall with the A17 Pro inside of it. Like I said, it doesn't look like there's going to be a new Apple TV coming out anytime soon at this point of the year, and it's going to be more likely near the end of 2024 we're going to see that instead. The only other hardware I think I'd love to see at the very least would be an M4 14-inch MacBook Pro, but again, it looks like this is not going to be happening at all. And the same with a Mac Mini. I'd love to just see an M4 inside of that. It wouldn't have to be the M4 Pro or the M4 Max. And I know what you're going to say. Apple recently, you know, with their 14-inch MacBook Pros, they've released the M3, the M3 Pro and the M3 Max all together at the same time. I would just like it to be staged out, and the same with the Mac Mini too. I know you would probably get the M4 Pro as an expected sort of chipset inside of it, but yeah, just the very least to have that. But again, I'm going to say this, it does look really doubtful We're going to have to wait till like November time. So it's going to be like 6 months between the iPad Pro with the M4 to Macs with M4. It's a bit strange in my opinion, but this is Apple's choice. But there we have it, guys. That is my wish list of what I'm hoping to see at WWDC 2024. Like I said, I don't expect everything to be shown, just like the hardware, for example. I'd love to be surprised, but let me know your thoughts too. What would you love to see at WWDC 2024 to be announced? Put it down in the comments below. And also, guys, it's time to wrap up this video, so if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews, and comparisons too, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.